guys, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to install some of the accessory parts that I make for the Nerf Ultra2. So if you're interested in checking that out, stay tuned and thanks for watching. So in this section of the video, I'm going to show you how to install some of the other accessories that can go along with the Ultra2. Those being the barrel smoothing inserts and the grip extensions. So what we have here is one of the barrel smoothing inserts. So what this is designed to do is to just fill in and smooth out the inside of this section here a little bit more, and also to make it look a little cleaner. As you can see, there's a lot of weird sort of molding in there. I'm not sure exactly how that does affect the trajectory of the darts, but I have found with this I did get tighter groupings in my accuracy. So this one does come in a few different types, one of which is this one, which is wide open. It can be used for the existing Ultra Dart configuration and also for the Elite darts. On top of that, I do have this one here, which you can see here that it is a little bit tighter. This one's specifically for the Elite darts, and for those of you that want to sort of tune the FPS of the dart a little bit more accurately. So with this you can use it as is, or you can use a piece of barrel material and then with that just slide it straight inside like that. Also gives you a little bit of a orange safety tip. So the easiest way to install these once you've got your blaster open is literally just to pop it straight in like that. So in the front here is some grooves, and this octagonal piece just slots right in there. It's a friction fit, nice and snug. When the case is closed, that's not going to fall out in any way, shape or form. If you are using one of the other ones that takes the barrel inserts and the section, you will need to line it up. That barrel piece is towards the bottom of the blaster. So we'll close this up and move on to the grip section. So with the grip sections, there is actually two types that I'm currently doing. There's this ordinary one. The reason for this is with an adult size hand, you find that the palm of your hand cups the bottom of the blaster handle, making it uncomfortable, especially with the fact that a battery in the top front makes it very front heavy. It sort of wants to pull itself out of your hand. So these are designed to snugly fit in that section to add extra length to it to make it more comfortable. So I've got these standard ones here, and then I do this one, which is actually like a little sheriff spur accessory. When it's assembled, that spur does spin freely. So to install that one, you actually have to flip the blaster over, getting your two halves. One goes on the bottom, the other goes on the top. Now this kit will be supplied with the screws necessary, 2 for the standard and 3 for the spur style. So pretty straightforward. You just take that, pop your screw in there, and I find it's easier to place this on a flat surface to start those screws off. So you want to screw them all the way until you see the tip of the screw coming out the bottom slightly, only about a millimeter at most. That's just going to help you, as you can see there, hopefully on the camera, that's just going to help you line it up with the holes on the other side. So the one in this bottom bit here won't need to be screwed through as much, as the hole goes much deeper. So we'll just make sure that that's through that a little bit more. There we go, just poking through. Now a good thing to do is to just pop something underneath the other side, as the blaster's not very flat. So that's just going to give you a better surface to add pressure. So when you're screwing this down, you're actually screwing it into the plastic and creating its own thread. So make sure you put nice pressure to push the two halves together, and don't screw it too tight. Screwing it too tight may strip that screw, meaning that you'll either have to find yourself some slightly bigger screws, or you might not be able to keep it stuck together. So there we go, that's all together. Nice, snug. Now one cool thing about the design of this, because it just attaches to that little hook on the bottom for a strap, it allows you to remove the shell of the blaster without having to ever remove this bottom piece as well. And as you can see, it's now a lot more comfortable in an adult size hand. So after this, we're going to move on to showing you how to install these plates, and then we'll leave it at there. So thanks for watching this section. Stay tuned if you'd like to see how the plates are installed. Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to install some of the accessories for the Nerf Ultra2. I'm going to show you how to install the nameplates, and how the template that comes with them is used for alignment of the holes. So first thing you need to do is you'll need to remove all of the screws to pull the two halves of the body of the actual blaster apart. So to do that, you just need a screwdriver. So I'll get onto it, start undoing all these screws, and I'll be back to you when all of the screws are removed. Okay guys, so we're back after removing all of those screws. As you can see over here, there's two sizes. You have your standard length, and then these two really long ones. The two long screws live in this hole and this hole here. Also, don't forget to remove the battery tray, and there is actually one inside the battery tray as well. Once you have all of those removed, you're able to flip the shell open like so. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to remove first the tray that's on the outside that has the gold and black logo. To do so, there's these 6 little clips down here, and the easiest way to do that is to grab a screwdriver and just pop them through. Being very careful not to snap them, obviously. So I'll give that a go, see if I can get them all out. Oh, okay. So I'm going to have to do this off camera. So what I'll do is I'll leave you at this part. I'll take that plate off, and then I'll come back for the next stage. Okay guys, sorry about having to leave you there. You just have to put a fair amount of pressure to pop these little tabs here out of these little clips. I did do it using a fairly large flathead screwdriver. Just popped them straight down, and then as soon as these 3 here were released, the 3 more difficult ones on the other side come loose, and that whole tray logo piece popped straight out. So the next step to doing this kit is also to flip your controller over, and that's where the template comes into place. So here is the template. It's pretty straightforward. It doesn't matter which way you put them on, because the holes are mirrored in such a way to reduce any problems. But there is a few bits that you'll need to remove from here just to make the new plates sit more flush. It's not going to affect putting the original plate back on if you do remove these parts. So to do so, I'm just going to use some flush cutters here and simply clip this little bit off and this little bit off right there. Okay, so you don't even need to worry about cleaning these up, simply because the plate itself will now sit nice and flush in there. So the next step is to grab your template, place it nice and centered in there. I like to use an awl, something nice and pointy. Pretty much what you're going to do from there is just find the center of those holes and mark a nice hole in it, like that. So once we remove that, we can see, might be a bit hard on the camera, but we can see right here that there's 3 little marks. So the next thing you'll want to do is grab a 2 or 3 millimeter drill bit and drill those through. So this isn't going to affect putting the original plate back on at all, because we're not removing the parts where these little tabs clip into. So I'll just go off screen again, drill those holes out, and I'll be right back to show you the next step. Guys, so now that we have those 3 screws in places, you can see that the plate itself is on there nice and firm. That's not going to come off. So one thing, if you're planning on doing the battery tray upgrade so you can run a LiPo, and you're going to use one of the battery tray filling boxes that I've got, a good thing to do would be to remove all of these little bits that are sticking out in here. I'll go into that in more depth in that video, but one thing to remember when screwing these screws down, try not to screw it too tight, because you may strip the hole in the 3D print. It just has to be tight enough that that's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so thank you for watching the install of the actual nameplate for this side. And now what we'll do is we'll move on to doing the battery tray cover install. Okay, so I'll move this out of the way as it's not needed at the moment. So pretty much what you're going to need to do is to remove this screw right here from the original battery tray to be able to put it into this one here. Now the best way to do that is to find something hard. So I find using the actual template here is good. And what you're going to want to do is push down on the tray at the same time as unscrewing that screw. What that will then do is remove it from this hole here. So we'll give that a go. Alright guys, bear with me. Alright, so I don't quite have the use of both hands due to a disability. But yeah, so pretty much once you've done that, you can then take this screw and screw that straight back into this hole here. Whoa. Magnetic screwdrivers, lots of fun. Okay, now if you're planning on using a thumb screw from something like a computer case, you won't have to do this step. But once you've got it all the way through, you'll feel it and it's going to spin nice and freely in there. Now it's pretty straightforward. You just put this battery tray cover straight back on like a normal one, and then install it the same way, like that. So once again, that's not going to go anywhere. So if your LiPo's in there, it's going to be nice and safe. You're not going to have this tray popping off and falling out. Well, thank you for watching this. I hope it was informative. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped. It would be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe and like. And if so, let me know how I went in the comments below. Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day.